Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. My name's Amelia and that's my cat. Okay, so I thought I'd do something a bit different over the weekend. This is a reading to have a look at what the new moon in Aries is bringing in, or where your focus might be drawn during this period of this new moon. This could, I'm open to seeing what comes up. It could be love related, romance, old love, new love. It could be work, career, health, spiritual growth. So I'm definitely not an astrologer. So I did a bit of research. And if you guys know more or know anything you want to add about this new moon in Aries, please do leave it in the comments, so everyone can sort of learn and gather some information. So the timestamps for the piles are pinned to the comments. What was I going to say? Oh yes, you all have the same oracle cards that I've already pre-shuffled, but I will be pulling some tarot on camera. I have some charms as well, so in a moment I'll hold them up so you can really have a look and see what calls to you. And if you need more time, pause the video and just go with where your intuition is pulling you. If you're being pulled to more than one pile, then please by all means watch multiple. Take what resonates. Anything that doesn't feel like it's connecting with you intuitively, I would say leave that. It's probably a message for somebody else. Okay, so let me read what I've got. So this new moon in Aries, I believe it's like the first new moon of this astrological calendar or something like that. But the focus is about on what you want to create personally, professionally, spiritually. Ask yourself in which ways, in which areas you're hoping to grow at this time. So the planets, so Mercury, Chiron and Venus are going to be close by and having an influence on this new moon in Aries, which I actually haven't mentioned is happening on the 12th of April. So the influence of these planets. So Mercury is going to help with communication. So the communication of your ideas, dreams, visions, goals. If you've had a big dream and you've been wondering how you broach this with other people, or you can't quite put it into words, now might be a really good time to have a go or to start thinking about it. So Venus is really, we know it's the planet of sort of beauty, but what do we value? What brings us pleasure? That kind of beauty. What's adding to our lives in that sort of sense, and maybe what needs to go. Chiron brings a little bit of a difficult energy, perhaps puts us in our shadow side a little by revealing the wounds, the blockages that might have been standing in our way in terms of manifesting these goals. So that's obviously not such a fun energy, but it's very helpful in terms of identifying these blocks and being able to release them. So yeah, so that's what I've got. Like I said, please do let me know, let everyone else know if you've got more to add. That's obviously quite a big overview. I'm sure there's so much more depth we could go into. But let's begin. Okay, so pile one. I'll hold the cards up. Okay, so this is the first card, or the front facing card for pile one. And your charm is an adjustable wrench. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully. Okay, pile two. This is your forward facing, front facing card, and you have a truck. Okay, and pile three, here is your card, your first card here, and you have a pair of pliers. Okay, so if you need a little bit more time, please do pause the video. Otherwise, I'm going to move piles 2 and 3 to the side, and we will begin with pile 1. So, pile 1, when I was shuffling and, your cards were popping out, the number 3 came to mind. So you could, 3 could be a life path number, it could be something you're seeing, whether it's 3 as a standalone number, whether it's like double 3, triple 3, that sort of thing. 3 also is a very spiritual and divine number. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Yes, spiritual understanding, that makes sense. So it says, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Okay. Does this have a number on it? No. Okay, we have a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. And we have a walrus as your spirit animal here. And it says, remain vigilant about the current situation. Pay attention to signs and omens and let them dictate your choices. Okay. Wow, pile 1. So this new moon in Aries could be could have something to do with your spiritual growth, your personal inner world here, your inner development, particularly if there's something you have been learning, working on, a cycle you've been going through, wrapping up in an emotional, spiritual, or, you know, in terms of your inner world, a blockage, a wound you've been trying to work through, you know, something you've been healing. It could be that you're coming towards the end of this journey, and you've obtained some kind of, I'm hearing upgrading, so like leveling up, almost like passing an exam and going up to the next level in terms of your intuitive abilities, your insight, your wisdom, your spiritual understanding here. I feel that during this time you have had and are going to have lots of support from your divine excuse me, your divine team here, you know, lots of spiritual guidance. You may have been seeing lots of signs, synchronicities. You might also find that if you haven't been asking for signs or guidance, this is a really good time to do so. Your third eye chakra and even crown could be quite active. Maybe it's becoming more active at this time, and you're seeing specifically answers, or, you know, you're receiving information about divine receiving information about divine inspiration, you know, in terms of taking inspired action, your next best steps. You might be getting these messages, seeing these signs and symbols, either at night when you're dreaming. So, you know, if you think of using your third eye, it's not, clairvoyance isn't always about literally seeing something. It can be about a daydream, a dream at night, a vision, that sort of thing. So you might be having more of those. Spirit's telling me that for some of you, when you close your eyes, you might see lots of very vivid colours and shapes, and that might even be something new or something that's happening even more. So yeah, or it might be that you're literally seeing signs as you're out, you know, driving, seeing billboards, whatever it is. So I think you've got a lot of support from the higher dimensions at this time. So it's almost like your focus has been, and if it hasn't been, it might be very soon, on your inner world here. Okay, the reason I feel this is something that's already been playing out is that we have this personal issue that's reaching conclusion. So I feel like, or rather reaching a resolution. So I feel like it's something that's not new to you. You know, it's something you have been dealing with maybe for some time. Okay, this card here, the walrus, remaining vigilant about the current situation. And look, that's so interesting. Pay attention to signs and omens. We have 2 cards of receiving signs. So you might be saying, well, I'm nearing the end of this journey. What next? Spirit is saying, ask us, call in your ancestors, guides, archangels. We're going to help guide you. We're going to show you the way forward. It can also be, I feel this message very strongly. Let's say you're involved in something that involves other people. You've been working through something that involves others, whether it's like a romantic situation, family members, friends, colleagues. You may have done your work, you've done your inner work, and you might be saying, okay, well, what do I do next? How is this going to move forward? And Spirit's kind of saying, there's nothing you need to do in terms of trying to bring other people along with you. You don't need to do anything else. It's more than enough that you've done your inner work. So now it's time to kind of sit back and watch how your external reality is going to start shifting and changing to reflect this inner work, this inner growth. So around this new moon in Aries, you might start to notice that people you're interacting with and dealing with are showing up differently or reacting to things in ways that they wouldn't usually have. And I feel this is going to be more of a positive shift. Okay, so let's see. What can you add, please, Spirit, with tarot? Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, look at this. See, a move towards equal balance, give and take here. So something, it's almost like resetting boundaries, resetting something here, and having people show up in a way, and having situations show up in a way that reflects back to you what you've been giving out. I'm getting a strange message about denim. I don't know, jeans, a denim jacket, something like that. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. And I feel this is your energy, you know, whether you identify as a woman, man, male, female, doesn't matter. You know, it's the energy of the Queen of Wands. So she's incredibly grounded, and she appears to be, and she is very successful in the 3D, and it could be in terms of your money. You know, money might be coming in, especially if you've been putting a lot of effort into something. You're going to start seeing the rewards coming through. But she never forgets that really the reason she can continue to be so successful in the 3D is because she's always listening to her divine guidance and getting advice about the next best steps to take. And we do have Judgment on the back. So there's some kind of call that you're hearing, a message that's coming in from the divine, and you are paying attention, and it's going to pay off. Okay, what else, please? Yeah, look at this, Five of Pentacles in reverse, brilliant. So this is, for many of you watching, you know, this is a journey you have been on, and you've really gone deep, you've gone within. You may have been feeling like while you've been doing all this inner work, things around you aren't progressing and you need them to, and Spirit's saying, it's been so worth it. Now you can watch how your outside world naturally and effortlessly will change to reflect this inner work, because you were being pulled within. You may have felt sort of restless about it, but you did it, you know, and this is now your reward. You're moving from the Five of Pentacles, a feeling of lack, of being out in the cold, maybe a poverty in terms of money, love, respect, appreciation, and that is shifting. And it's not that you've ever had to go to people and say, I need you to show me that you appreciate me more, or I need more money here or there. You changed things from within. So maybe you were working on, like I said, resetting your boundaries, or perhaps, you know, asking why when someone pulls back, you feel like you need to give even more, or healing childhood wounds, or maybe removing money blockages, you know, that sort of thing. Okay. So we have the King of Swords. Wow. Yeah, okay. So you've achieved some sort of mastery here. You're seeing and thinking very clearly. Maybe you have some insight that you kind of didn't really have before. It's like you've really become very wise. Something here, your understanding about something has grown, has transformed, and now the path forward, whatever this is relating to specifically for you, the path forward is going to feel so much smoother and easier than ever before, and it's going to be so much quicker. You're going to be flying along. And this card, you can see he's in kind of like a chariot here. So we've got double Cancer energy, which could be important. So the King of Swords, he's moved past the kind of, well, the Page of Swords, who is a student at the very beginning, the Knight of Swords, who's a bit rash. Sometimes he makes some bad decisions because he jumps in too quickly. The Queen of Swords, who can be a bit cold, fearful and bitter because she's been through, you know, something very difficult, all the way to the King of Swords, who now can take the lessons but not the pain. A king and a queen, I mean, this is big energy, and again, it's telling me you're at the end of some kind of journey here, and it's not been an easy journey. I feel like looking back, it's something you will feel grateful for because of how much you've gained, and now it's a time for you to start receiving the benefits and the rewards here. Okay, and whatever you're I'm hearing chasing after. You may have felt like you were having to chase after something or someone or some kind of goal or situation. Not anymore. That's coming to you. You know, you're going to be obviously putting in effort and action, but it's going to be working out, and it's going to be successful. You may have felt like you were banging your head against a brick wall before. Okay, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. yeah, I really feel you were giving and giving and giving to someone or people or something, and I'm hearing like complacency. Other people maybe were not pulling their weight, were being lazy, something like that, and it was blocking your success. And there's a lot of wisdom in knowing that, let's say you're part of a team, other people aren't doing what they need to. Of course, you can have a word and that sort of thing, but there's only so much you can do to try and change how other people are showing up. And then you have to say, okay, well, that's not working. What are my other options? And, you know, you didn't keep trying to force someone else or something else. You really went within and changed this from within. Okay. What else, please? Anything else? Yes, we have, yeah, the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so some kind of struggle is ending. And Temperance, yeah, exactly. Balance, the balance of equal give and take. I'm drawn back to that Six of Pentacles, but this is healing as well. And it's also, again, a very divine energy, you know, Temperance. You have the archangels around you. Maybe there's an archangel in particular who you resonate with or work with. I mean, this archangel here, Archangel Raziel, is saying, I am bringing you esoteric information. So if you haven't had a look at this archangel, it might be worth doing so. Okay, so pile one, group one. It looks to me like this new moon in Aries is bringing in a new opportunity, or like a reset, new energy into an existing situation. But it's not as though it's happening out of the blue. Here you are, here's a big gift for doing nothing. This is your reward at the end of what seems to be a real journey here. And in a sense, an act of faith. I feel when you went within and started paying attention to these signs, symbols, maybe doing healing work, you know, all of that stuff, you might not even have known where you were going to end up at the end of it, but you kind of knew, well, I can't go on as I am. Something here has got to change. And now Spirit is saying, you've done all the work, so now it's time to kind of sit back and watch and see what comes to you, because it's going to be good. Okay, obviously in Temperance we have the Two of Cups energy here. So this could involve like a soul group, a soul family, or maybe one person in particular who you have a strong soul connection with. Okay, so I will leave it here for group one. I hope this has been helpful. Take care. Hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow, and I will move on to pile two. Hi, pile two, group two. So you chose the truck charm. So let's have a look at what you've got for your oracle cards. Okay, we have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. We have take back your power. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So if if you have just been through something that's been incredibly difficult, and maybe you felt drained, exhausted, you might feel that way now. You know, when you're in the middle of something and you're very pressured and you've got to keep going, it's not until you finish that you realize how exhausted you are. This is a great time now around this new moon in Aries to take the time to do things that replenish you, to call your energy back, you know, to focus on your vitality here, your energy. If you feel that this tough cycle has been something that has infringed upon your personal space, your boundaries, something or someone or people have been taking too much from you, this is time to really stand up, you know, and draw on this energy of this new moon to say, actually, this is where I'm drawing the line. Yes, and we have Seagull. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. Okay, so pile two. It really looks to me like Spirit is saying during this new moon, you do what you need to do for yourself. This is a time for you. It's a time to prioritize self-care. And it's very important, you know, this deep emotional healing. If this is something that's rushed, you know, if we skip this, if we say I'll do it later, it gradually gets pushed more and more to the surface, to the point where we cannot ignore it anymore. So it's almost better, if you can, to try and make room for this now, while it's not, you know, pushed right in your face. So let's say, for example, it's something like, let's say, you know, you need to really meditate a little bit more than you do, but you kind of don't want to. You don't want to make time in your day because you could use that for something else, you know, and you're very pressured. It might be that you start to get headaches, or you're always tired no matter how much you sleep, and you know, it starts to sort of manifest more, and then eventually you're forced to take several days off of work. Whereas now I feel Spirit saying, if you can try and make time here and there, you know, your whole life doesn't have to stop. But this feels very important, you know, whatever healing looks like for you, going on a walk, doing gardening, dancing, writing, sewing, woodwork, you know, who knows. But this is about you making time for you, because you know, you have been through something here, something tough. And this is interesting, this energy, it kind of feels very similar almost to pile 1. So if you were unsure between pile 1 and 2, I would say there might be some messages in pile 1 as well. This, to me, pile 2 feels more 3D based than pile 1. Pile 1 was more sort of inner reflection, spiritual growth, that sort of thing, with... There definitely was a 3D aspect, but I think it was more the 3D was a direct reflection for pile 1 of what was going on internally. I feel pile 2, there's something that's been going on in your 3D environment. You know, I'm not sure this is so much at this time about spiritual growth or healing. I think this is very 3D focused, whatever you've been, you know, dealing with, working on, going through. And now Spirit's saying it's time to maybe draw back in, reconnect with your higher self, to, you know, to do a check-in, to see how you are within. Maybe you've been busy rushing about seeing how everybody else is. So now it's a time to kind of to have a bit of peace, a moment for yourself, and to allow yourself time for self-reflection. Okay, so let's get you some tarot messages. Messages please for pile 2. Ooh, we have the sun. Yes, okay, so the sun could be telling you to get outside, to be in nature, to get some fresh air, to draw in the health benefits of the sun, you know, vitamin D, that sort of thing. For someone, maybe I'm getting a message about waking up earlier, or waking up more naturally, you know, with the light of the sun, rather than using an alarm or something like that. That could have some real health benefits for you. But the sun, yes, is about healing. It can be about rebirth. It's about connecting with your tribe of people, you know, people who invigorate you, who make you feel really good. It can also be about lots of abundance coming in as well, and it's Leo energy, of course. Okay, what else, please? Yeah, Ten of Swords in reverse. If there, you know, I feel for some of you there might be someone in your energy who hasn't been respecting you, who hasn't been respecting your boundaries, who maybe has been causing you pain over and over, without even necessarily realizing it. So it might be that it's time to say to someone, you know, to bring this person clarity with the sun, and to say, you know, when you do that particular thing, when you ignore me, or when you behave this way, or when you always prioritize someone else or something else, it doesn't make me feel good. Or if, let's say it's a work situation, and you feel like your work isn't recognized, it might be that it's time to hold a meeting with whoever's concerned and say, look, this is what I've been working on, you know, and here's what I'd like in return, whether it's a pay rise or whatever. Because I'm not sure, whoever this is involving, I'm not sure they're doing it deliberately. It's almost like, you know, they're sort of oblivious, which is kind of insulting for you in and of itself. You might be thinking, how can they be oblivious of this pain that they're causing me? I mean, it could be this person is so wrapped up and so busy that they themselves haven't had a chance to think or to realize how they're impacting others. So there might be something here around stepping up and saying, no, enough, or something here needs to change. I'm reminded, actually, I used to work, this was so long ago now, I used to work for a small business consultancy, and we were with a big company in the finance department, and so we were obviously contractors, but one of the full-time employees of this company, he was given a task. He was paid very handsomely for it. He completed the task, and then he went in and spoke to the boss and said, I've completed the task I was assigned. Can I have, a bonus? Can I have some more money for this? And he got it, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, that's what you were paid to do, and you did it. But that's what I'm saying. There's something here about, you might feel like saying it's too obvious, like I shouldn't need to say it, or maybe I'm pushing my luck. But no, Spirit's saying take back your power, voice your concerns, or it's almost like pushing yourself in someone's face, or demanding recognition in some sort of way, whether it's work, romance, maybe within a family dynamic. Maybe you feel like you're the person who brings everyone together, or always fixes arguments or something like that. But you never get thanked, you never get recognition. It's kind of time to say, haven't you realised that every time there's an argument or a fallout, it's me who brings everyone back together? Something like that. Okay. Well, let's not take all of those. Okay. We have the Three of Wands in the reverse. Yes, something you're working on or trying to manifest is being blocked here. I just keep feeling there's something or someone or some people in your way, and honestly, they don't even know that they're in your way. Let's keep going. Tell us more. Yeah, Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Wands. Okay. So this is about kind of, taking charge of the things you're doing, maybe even sitting down and really asking yourself, how, what is it that I do in a day, or what do my weeks tend to look like? What do I need to cut back on? What could I make more time for? Who can I give responsibilities back to? Am I doing things here that I don't need to be doing? Because it's time to make room for your dreams with the Ace of Wands, whatever you've been trying to manifest here, because this thing is still very much here. Nothing is over, but it's going to take you putting your foot down. And I feel people around you, they're not going to take a step back and say, oh, I've been asking too much, or I see how much you've been giving, let me give some back, because they themselves are busy rushing around as well. It's like they don't realize how much they're asking of you or how much they're taking from you. So there's something here about you having to say to them, enough. Look, I know you don't realize how much I've been doing behind the scenes, but I've been doing a lot and I'm cutting back. Yeah, and just taking a lot more time for yourself. And it might be that initially you only can grab half an hour here and there, but that's a start. Because there's something here you want to manifest, but I feel you're being kept so busy elsewhere. What else, please? Okay, the Two of Wands in reverse. You know what I'm feeling? Ace of Swords. Yeah, Four of Cups on the back. You're doing something that's up and running, perhaps. So again, work, family, friends, even maybe something romantic, like let's say a relationship. It's established, it's ticking over, but you're dissatisfied with it. And it's like there's no timeline, there's no deadline for you to make this leap or to walk this new path or to become self-employed, whatever it is. So you keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, which is very understandable when you're this busy. And Spirit's saying, hello, now's the time. We want you to go for this now. This still feels like it's very much in your hands. I'm not seeing like a tower moment or anything like that coming in. That still feels like it would be much further down the line, but things would be sort of much nicer for you if you found a way to make this happen now, even if it's the small changes that we were talking about, because with certainty that there's some sort of opportunity here that you've either created or it's around you and you want to take advantage of this. And that you're not happy with how things are, but at the same time, nothing seems to be slowing down. So this Spirit's saying around the time of this new moon in Aries, It's a time for you to really be very confident, to stand up, to speak your truth, and almost like reach for the impossible. You know, that story I was telling you about this guy who asked for more money for doing what he was supposed to have done anyway, and he got the money. You know, and most people wouldn't even have thought to ask for more. So this, you know, that's being brought to mind because it seems outrageous and it seems unlikely that the answer for him would have been a yes, but it absolutely was a yes. So, you know, whatever you've been thinking about, wanting, but putting off, now is the time to start allowing this to manifest in your life with the sun. It can bring in great happiness, healing, and abundance, but you've got to have room for it, you know? So don't pressure yourself. Try and do it as and when you can. Because like I said, I'm not seeing spirit saying this is like your last chance, we're bringing it in a tower, nothing like that. You've still got time. But the sooner you can start to make time for this and bring this in, the better you are going to feel. Because it is around you here, and I feel you deserve it, especially as you've been through something tough, whatever this is. It's now, you're in the right space to say, hold on, what about me? Or I'm going to start, you know, prioritizing myself. Okay, so I will leave this here, pile 2. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching. Take care, and hopefully I will see you again tomorrow. Okay, bye. Hi, pile 3. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's going on then for you during this new moon in Aries. Okay, so your animal spirit message is a boar. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. Okay, so we have breathe. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. Okay, so let's just already pause here. Okay, you might, during this new moon in Aries, you might be presented, let's say, with the opportunity to approach something differently, to show up differently, to do something in a different way. I feel this is going to almost take like a burst of courage. You know, you might have to put yourself out there in a way that feels perhaps unfamiliar or uncomfortable, and Spirit's saying to center yourself before you do this. Take those deep breaths, remind yourself, you know, I can do this, I'm strong. If you need to, you can call on past experiences. You know, I got through XYZ, I can do this. Or remind yourself that half the things you've been through in your life, if you knew beforehand that you were going to have to go through them, you probably would have said, no, I can't do it, but you had to do it, so you did. So whatever this is, you can, and Spirit is on your side and saying, whatever your opinion is, your thought, your feeling, whatever stance you're taking here, it's certainly not wrong or inappropriate, because Spirit is saying, yes, hold on to that and go for it. So if you feel like you're seeing something differently to other people, or you're facing opposition, there's absolutely nothing wrong with how you feel or your perspective or where you stand on this. So you know, have that inner confidence. Okay, and we have nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, so that's telling me one of two things. You might feel like if there's some kind of battle or a situation, you know, across the board, work, family, love, romance, friends, you might feel like almost giving up and saying, I feel that I'm not getting anywhere here, it's very difficult. And Spirit is saying, no, just pause, don't stop, pause, take a breath, take a time out if you need to, because nothing has been decided. The other way this is coming across is if you have been charging forward and working on something and you're feeling tired or exhausted, or you know you're nearing the end, Spirit is saying, don't stop just yet. Keep going, because nothing is guaranteed, nothing is set in stone. So if you need to take a moment to, you know, to have a rest, to build your energy back up, definitely do that, because you don't want to quit just before you know, you reach the top of the mountain, or before the miracle happens. Let's say it's about something to do with a contract. You don't want to breathe a sigh of relief, you know, and sort of congratulate yourself until you physically have signed that contract. It's that kind of a thing here. If you have been working on something, manifesting, and you've really been putting effort in, you know, you've been taking time to do your meditations, to visualize, to write your affirmations, to correct your thinking, that sort of thing, Spirit's saying that it's paying off. Keep going. You know, congratulate yourself for that. Give yourself time to rest, to breathe, to reflect, so that you don't become exhausted. But you know, keep going, because it's paying off. You might not be quite there yet, but I feel you're very near. Okay, you know, it's like going on a massive hike and you're going up the side of a huge hill or mountain or whatever, and because you're not letting yourself rest, just before you get there and you get to see that incredible view, you're like, forget it, I'm just going to go back down, you know. So that's what you don't want to happen. So you want to give yourself breaks along the way. Okay, with this mutable moon, there might be, whether it's now or in the near future, there might be something here that's asking you to be a bit flexible in some way. Let's say you have an idea in your head of the best approach. It could be that you're moving forward and you get to a point where you realize, actually, I need to kind of double back and go a different way, or I need to adjust my plan. And I think, you know, take a moment, breathe, and rethink. And you'll be fine. You can carry straight on. Okay, so let's get you some messages here with tarot. What do we have? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. You see, this is an energy of being stuck. Nothing is moving anywhere. There's something here, and you might be feeling like it's done. It's not going anywhere. Nothing is changing. And Spirit's saying, no, nothing is yet set in stone. Let's keep going. Three of Cups in reverse. Maybe this is about a reconciliation, or you know, doing something with other people and everybody else is saying, let's go left, and you're saying, no, let's go right. Group 2 got the Three of Cups, and I feel like it was almost in this exact position as well. Okay, what else, please? Yeah, Justice in the reverse. Okay. That's so funny. Remember how I was talking about contracts, and Justice can be talking about just that. So this is why with the card, the Boar, Spirit is supporting you and saying you are right to take the position that you are taking at this time, because something is imbalanced, something is not fair, whether it's in a 3D sense, so something legal here, to do with education or maybe the law, something like that. Or if we're talking about karmic law, something is not right, something isn't balanced here. And whatever you're pushing for, whatever you're fighting for, you're basically fighting for justice. You are fighting for things to be made right. So that's why Spirit's saying, keep going. Please don't give up. If you've been going through some kind of you know, battle or trial, again, internal, external, 3D, 5D, keep going, because even if it seems like it's done, it's not done. Nothing has yet been established, or if it has, something here is going to change. Maybe no one's going to expect this change, but it's not yet done. This isn't over. Okay, we have Libra energy here. Okay, what else do we have? Yeah, okay, we have the World, and it's interesting, it came out reversed and then flipped around. So you see how with the World, it looks like, okay, the journey is complete. You know, the World is the last major arcana. We start with the Fool. When we get to the World, the Fool has completed his journey. Something seems like it's over, but it's not. We've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. There's going to be some last minute action that no one could foresee. This Knight is delayed in some way. Let's have a look at who this is, or what this is over here. Tell us about this Knight of Wands, please. What can you tell us about the Knight of Wands? Okay. Ten of Wands. So this Knight of Wands figure, who seems to be instrumental in turning something around, and I feel this person's going to be bringing in support for you. So let's say you have one perspective and 10 people have a different perspective, and for weeks, months, you've been saying, listen to what I'm saying, or, you know, there's value in my perspective, and you've been trying to push something forward and no one else has been listening, this Knight of Wands is going to be on your side and have some kind of sway here. And when this energy, person, whatever this is, comes in with the Ten of Wands, that's when we get an actual ending. Things have not ended now, but they will once we get this extra action, movement, information here. And it's the wrapping up of something heavy, with it being a Ten of Wands. On the back we have the Six of Wands in reverse. So this will be an ending of what might feel like a lack of success, a lack of recognition. You know, and the Six of Wands, again, that's a card of someone who's been out, maybe even to battle. You know, this is someone who deserves a bit of attention, respect, admiration, praise, you know, some congratulations. But with it in reverse, no one, or the people who should be recognizing you, paying attention, haven't been. And Spirit's saying, don't let that get you down. You know, don't let that be, don't take that as a reflection of your self-worth. It's actually this other person or these other people who haven't been seeing what you're saying or realizing something is unfair. And I feel, pile 3 for you, I feel around this time, you know, the new moon in Aries, I kind of feel we're almost like 98% of the way through a journey in which you kind of maybe feel like it's been a bit hopeless, or you, if someone or a group of people or a situation hasn't been going in your favor by now, it's just not going to. You might feel like the odds are completely against you right now. And Spirit's saying, no, something here is going to change. So please don't give up just yet. But do give yourself a time out with breathe. It's almost like, you know, the underdog or something like that. You're going to come through. We've got the Hierophant, another card of structures, you know, systems that have been in place for a long time, religions, like institutions, education, marriage, that sort of thing here. Taurus energy. The Six of Swords in reverse. Something's been going on here, and you know, you might feel like you're up against a whole institution, and maybe you are. This could even be a court case or something like that. You know, I just keep getting this feeling that you having a positive outcome at this point in time, it seems so unlikely. Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, the Fool, who we were just talking about earlier, and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like you are this fool figure, not because, you know, you're inexperienced or foolish or anything like that, but I feel in some way you're proposing something new or doing something or seeing something differently, and you've not been getting the support or the encouragement. But look, the Ace of Pentacles, Spirit saying your idea or the way you're trying to do something or the position you're taking is valid, and yes, it's new, but it doesn't mean it's airy fairy and silly. You're not the fool jumping off the cliff into the abyss, you know, into the unknown. This is something solid that can be grown all the way up into the Ten of Pentacles. So you keep going, you keep believing in whatever this is, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, a work situation, some sort of case you're fighting here. You know, the Fool is facing the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is an energy of being closed off. You know, it's like you've been knocking on this door and you know people are inside and they're just ignoring you. You know, it's rude, it's disrespectful, it's not right. And it's like they feel they can do that because they have the weight of decades or institutions behind them with the Hierophant and Justice. But this isn't balanced, and it is going to be righted by, you know, I would love to know who this is. This is going to be different for all of you. It could be a person, it could be a piece of information coming through with, you know, this Knight of Wands, but there's something that no one sees coming, and it's going to work in your favor here. If this is like one person you're dealing with here, or like a few people, and you're trying to work with this person or these people, they might have been saying, no, we can't do it that way. It's always been done this way, so we're not going to take the risk. And you might be saying, well, it's time for us to be innovative. You know, it's time for us to take this opportunity. And I just feel that soon enough, they're going to see the value in what you're saying. Again, whether it's one person as a friend or romantic partner or a colleague or a team of people. if it's a smaller group of people or one person, you know, one person, two people having different opinions it doesn't seem like such a big thing, but it's almost like this person who you're trying to reason with is saying, I can't do this because of my culture or my religion, or, you know, what my friends and family have done or would say. They've got the weight of something huge behind them, and it's making them feel like they can't move forward with whatever you're saying or your idea. But again, this is not set in stone. You know, something here that's coming from outside of you is going to shift things. Okay, so I will leave this here, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this is helpful. Take care, and hopefully I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.